So this is farm call. What's this horse's name?
Oakley.
Oakley. This is Oakley, and this is Oakley's owner, if I can get her on the camera. There you go. What's your name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. So Lindsay, tell me about Oakley. Why am I here today?
She just turned 4, and I had a lot of fun training her first year or two, but now we're at the point where training has become not fun for me because she's gotten quite stubborn and she's not sensitive to anything, so she's just hard.
Do you think you bored her? Bored her?
Possibly.
Well, I don't know. I've never met Oakley before.
Probably. She's incredibly smart.
Well, God don't make junk. So, I have 3 rules when I work with a horse. It's all right. She's going to try it
No,
out.
she's not.
I have 3 rules when I work with a horse. Rule number 1, they're not allowed to touch me for the rest of their life.
Okay.
Comma, but I can touch them anytime I want.
Yep.
Rule number 2, they're not allowed to dictate direction or speed, which means if we're stopped, they need to be stopped. Rule number 3, never chase their face. And I'm going to show you that in just a second what that means. So, before we can get this horse's body, we have to get this horse's mind. The old days of chasing them around from their feet to get to their mind, them days, they went away with Ray and Tom. This horse's mind controls every part of its body. Mm-hmm. And if this horse is ignoring us, it's going to be impossible to make them do anything. Mm-hmm. And horses can only think of one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Okay? So if this horse isn't looking at me, I'm invisible. And there's a school of thought of primary thought, secondary thought, and all this stuff. But I will prove it to you. Picture in your mind there's a fire, a little campfire, and your thought is to warm your hands up. And you stick your hand in the flames. You will forget about warming your hands up and you will say, gosh dang it, I got burned. You went from getting close to the fire to getting away from the fire. You changed your mind. And what I'm going to do here is I want to get her attention. See how I got nothing?
Yep.
I got absolutely nothing. So I'm going to come up here until she says, oh, there he is. Now I'm going to ask her to look at me. She's looking away. I'm invisible. I'm going to get her attention. There, she looked at me and I quit. Only got one eye and I wanted 2, but I'll start with 1. There. When she looks at me, I'll leave her alone. That's her reward for paying attention and participating in our project. I want to pull her like she's roped with an invisible rope. Just like that. I'm going to reward her with the same tool that I'm going to train her with. Now, can I pull her to me again? That tells you exactly where you're at. I have her mind, but I don't have her body. I don't have her feet. I do have it, but it's just little.
Yeah.
She's looking away. I'm going to use this flag to get her attention. And then I will pull her to me. She looked at me. I'm not going to chase her around in here. Remember, I can't chase her face. And you say, well, you're chasing her butt, you're chasing her around in the round pen. Well, the butt's hooked to the back, that's hooked to the neck, that's hooked to the face. We don't chase them in the round pen. They come up, they touch us, and we touch them. This horse wants petted, this horse wants comfort, it comes up and earns it. And this is the beginning. It's looking away, looking at me, I leave it alone. How do you get good at focus? You practice it. How do you get good at thinking?
Practice.
You practice it. So what you're going to hear me say today is think, plan, implement the plan, observe, remember, and compare the results. This horse is right on the edge of shutdown.
Yeah. Well, because to her, a flag means move away.
But not because of me.
No, no.
So when it looks at me, I pet it. I'm not going to make it move. There, it moved. It chose to. You see where we're going with this?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make this horse do anything. I'm going to set up situations where the correct answer is the easy one. When a horse is shut down, you expect less from them and you build on it. I can tell you right now, she's a little bit lazy and she's a little bit shut down. Lazy horse will kill you because it pisses them off to move. So how are we going to teach her to move when we ask? We're going to settle for less. This is my legs today. I will only touch her where my legs can touch her while I'm sitting on her back. Left and right means back up. Everything that I do on the ground, you can copy sitting on their back. If you can't copy it when you sit on their back, why are you doing it? Including this. You can do this while you're riding them. They don't know any different. See how that's bothering her? She relaxed, I quit. I didn't ask her to go forward. A horse is not allowed to dictate direction or speed. I'm going to talk to this horse the same way that its mother did. If this horse's mother had the opportunity, she took this colt off by herself when she had it. And when she came back to the herd, this horse could read her intentions. The mare went left, she went left. The mare went right, she went right. Forward, backward, stop, go. The mare didn't have any tools, but the mare had intentions and thoughts. So before you start training them, when you wean them, the very first thing you do when you wean one is you knock that out of them. I don't want this horse to go to the left unless I pull it to the left, blah, blah, blah. I don't want this horse to stop unless I pull it to a stop. So you take out the nature of them and turn them into what people see as horses. Well, that's why we get what we get.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch her left jaw, and I want her right front foot to move. Nothing. There, quit pulling. Simple as that. I'm going to get her inside hind leg. How? By picking up. Just like if I was riding. Left and right means back up. She's not allowed to touch me, remember? Absence of pressure can be its own reward.
Yeah.
Pet her. She needs more of this anyway. I want her, I'm going to touch her left jaw again, and I want her right front foot to lead the charge. I don't care if they cross over, but I don't teach crossover. I'm going to move this camera just a little bit so it's shining straight across, and part of the time we'll get her. Left and right. If you're riding this horse, you'd go left and right and get in time with the front feet, right? But before you did that, you would think, back up. Then you would plan, back up. Then you would observe, remember, and compare and then you would implement it, and then observe, remember, and compare your plan. If your plan wasn't any good, you're not going to do that anymore. Left jaw, right front foot. Quit pulling her. She's looking at the neighbors, and she was too close to me. So, I don't want to turn her into a four-wheeler, right? I also am not going to let a 1,200-pound horse move me around all over the pen. Right? Somebody has to run the outfit. And if that sounds cold-hearted and black and white, it just is what it is. If we don't have a leader in a group of entities, what we have is anarchy. And anarchy is not good no matter what definition you use. And am I teaching this horse to be afraid of me? No. Am I teaching this horse to hate being around me? No. Because when horses were created, horses are food animals. Food animals require an alpha. An alpha that knows how to survive. Not Hitler. Not a Nazi, not a dictator. Right?
Yeah.
So if I think I will take care of you and I will provide all the comfort that you need, my job is to do that. Her responsibility is to read my intentions and follow a feel. Wouldn't it be nice if you could do all 3 speeds of the walk, all 3 speeds of the trot, and all 3 speeds of the canter or the lope by changing your mind? Because when you change your mind, your body assumes a certain position. You can't think about opening that gate without your body assuming a position to open that gate. That's why we think first. Left jaw, right front foot. Leave her alone, pet her. Left jaw, right front foot. I'm not going to pull harder. I don't want to teach her to pull on me. I'm going to reinforce that. Reinforce that feel. There, leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Inside hind leg, I'm going to pick up, put my thumb in my pocket. I did not lean over there. I did.